Hello everyone, welcome to another episode here on my channel. I'm Crypticink and today is the first day of my 30 Days of Gouache challenge. This is going to be a series of short videos that I'll be making while I learn how to better paint with gouache. You'll see me working with various other mediums in this painting and probably other paintings too, but for the most part, this challenge is about me learning with gouache and using it more often and figuring out how to make art that I like with it. Now, I'm a little late posting this video. I've just had some really weird uploading issues today where so far it's taken me like 9 hours to upload this week's Sketchcast video. So I'm not sure what's going on this weekend, but for now, I will say that these videos will be pretty consistent. I'm just going to have to upload them ahead of time if that's the case. I'm going to really push myself to get them done and to commit to a painting once a day. And they may not all be finished paintings. Some days I might do studies or sketches with gouache, but the main idea about this personal challenge is to use the medium every day, once a day, and to learn how to incorporate this medium that is so new for me that I've come to really enjoy into my own artwork. So today's painting is of a girl, and it seems like she's listening to these birds on her shoulders who are whispering in her ear, and she has this unsure expression or maybe even a smirk that I really liked when I was sketching, and it was small enough that I felt like I could paint it relatively quickly and to just have fun with it, not stress about the picture so much because there wasn't too much going on there and I could just have fun painting it. But the main reason I wanted to paint this sketch was because I wanted to learn a little more on how to paint faces with gouache. So there will probably be a lot of portraits in these videos, but I mean, drawing and painting faces for me has been a good way for me to gauge how much I've learned with any medium, be it ink or watercolor or digital painting. I always used to start by painting portraits or simple characters so I could get a feel of the tools I was using. And faces are just a great starting point for me when I'm learning how to use a new medium. As you can probably see, I do spend a lot of time working on the face. I go back again and again throughout the painting trying to get the cheeks to look a little rounder or make the eyes look like they have some kind of depth to them. I really struggled with the face too, and that's mainly because I couldn't seem to get the right skin tone that I wanted. I feel like the colors might have ended up a little more pink than I wanted it to be, and I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but it almost got a little muddy, and I decided to leave it be in the end because I didn't want it to ruin so badly or too badly beyond the point of return. And I think a part of that problem was that I didn't take enough time to mix the color that I wanted that was so specific on the palette before putting it on the paper. I know I mentioned this before, but I have a problem with putting color on a paper and then assuming I can just mix it there, and I think I would have saved myself a lot of time and stress by just taking a little bit of time to get the color just right on the palette before putting it into the painting. But I do end up happy with the face in the end. Don't get me wrong. I think the black lines of the ink when I finish onto inking it define some of the features that I wasn't able to figure out how to define with gouache just yet. You know what I mean? I am looking forward to trying again tomorrow with another portrait or something. But the issue I feel like I had today, and I don't want to blame it on my brush or anything, but as you can see, I am using just one brush throughout the whole painting, and I feel like maybe if I had a thinner or firmer round brush, I would be able to get those crisp, darker lines that I was trying to get with this one. So that's another thing I'll try to do, maybe get a new brush that'll kind of give me lines that are a little more crisp. But anyways, I think my favorite part, besides all that time I did try to spend on the face, I think my favorite part out of all of this was the hair. I just love painting hair so far, and I like how it can be a little more carefree with the brush, and I can add some wayward strands to the hair that makes it look a little more wispy, and I continue to do that with the ink afterwards. But it was just really fun and a lot more carefree than I was feeling with the rest of the painting. So anyways, if anyone's wondering, I am using Reeve gouache for the most part for this painting, other than the other mediums that I include, which is marker, ink, white gel pen, and a couple other things. I'll list them in the description below. But so far, the Reeve gouache set has been a really good set of paints. As a beginner, I don't have much to complain about, and that's mostly because I don't have much to compare it to. I know I've said it before, but I'm not really the kind of person to go all out on materials if I don't know whether I'm going to like them or not. And I'm not a big traditional painter, or I haven't been through most of my, artist existence. I haven't really been too big of a painter, so I wasn't sure if gouache was going to be for me or not. But yeah, so I don't spend a lot on materials if I don't know whether I'm going to like them or not. But as an entry-level gouache set, I feel like these ones have done a wonderful job so far as mixing well together, and they're very opaque. The color seems very opaque when I put them down on the paper. And they were only about $11.99 on Amazon, which I thought was super affordable and worth trying. Of the few complaints that I have, though, I would say I don't really like how the paint tends to dry a little streaky sometimes. Once on the paper, it was difficult to blend the colors together as well. But I mean, this isn't an official review on the paints. Like I said, I'm very new to the medium, and right now I'm just stretching my legs and trying them out and trying to go a little further with them. So I don't really know how gouache is supposed to act, really. So it's going to be interesting to compare the Reeve gouache paint to something of a little higher in quality. That said, for you artists watching out there, if you have any suggestions of your own, I am all ears. I'd love to hear what your favorite brands of paints are if you have one. So yeah, I'm just super interested in comparing a new set of higher quality gouache to the Reeve gouache once I'm able to, especially now that I know that I actually like them. So back to the painting. I did want to mention that I could have used more references as far as the face and the birds went. I enjoy drawing faces, or my faces, in a certain style, but I think a reference would have helped me while I was trying to figure out how to paint the structure of her face, in her eyes or her lips or her nose. I was just struggling a lot without a reference to fall back on and figure out how to shade those parts of her face, even if I did stylize it in my own way. And with the birds, I would like to paint animals in general a little more accurately, which is something a reference would really help with. And a lot of times I go off of memory, and while I don't really mind how they come out, I do like how they end up coming out a little bit. Next time around, I would like to see what I could do if I paid a little more attention to the more technical way of drawing animals, and more attention to a reference of something, of an actual bird or whatever animal I happen to be painting that day. I kind of wish I could go to the zoo or something, but I mean, I live in Arizona, you guys. It's still hot out here. So anyways, it seems like this painting is coming to an end. So I'd like to wrap up this video with a big thank you for watching, and a please come back soon. If you have a favorite brand of gouache that you like to use, definitely let me know in the comments. Help me out here. All right, you guys, I will see you next time, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.